will get 10 minutes of practice, and then we will start everyone and get underway.
All right, we're in the last few seconds of practice here for the 9 a.m. qualifying squad on a beautiful Saturday morning here in Howell, New Jersey at Howell Lanes for the Parker Bohn III Scholarship Tournament, the 26th annual event here from Howell Lanes. And it is a full field of players. We'll have 4 in a pair. Over 26 lanes, 13 pairs of lanes. All the streams available to you on the PBA YouTube channel. All right, and with the final announcements from Parker Bohn, we are going to be underway here. We'll start you on lanes 7 and 8 here inside of Howell Lanes. Nolan Randisi, your defending champion, the U12 mixed. He'll have a chance to defend that title. He's still in that division. He's your bowler A on 7 and 8. Jaden Canto, your bowler B. Ian Hohenscheid. Hohenscheid won the Eliminator roll-off last night. He was actually on the same pair for his Eliminator and the Baker Trio, so that's going to add probably a little bit of confidence to his opening game. As you see him trip out a 4-9 there for a strike. Colin Zenz rounds out the lineup here on 7 and 8. We'll get through as much of the field as we can here in Game 1 into Game 2. But you can watch any of your players as we move around here in Strike Central. We have every pair feed available to you this morning on the Bohn Legacy channel. There you see the first ball from your defending U12 mixed champion, Nolan Randisi, as the players are attacking a 42-foot pattern designed for this event. About 29 milliliters in the pattern. I hate to say it's average volume in the pattern nowadays for a lot of tournaments, but it is. 16 in the forward pass, 13 in the reverse pass to help build up a little hold in the middle. Not a lot of hold, though, not a lot of middle, as it's just a 3.6 to 1 ratio from the outside four boards to the inside four boards on this pattern. Once again, we'll be switching around all morning long. We'll be following hot hands, leaders in particular divisions, bounce around a bit. But if you do have a favorite player that you want to watch all event long, you'll be able to do that on the Bohn Legacy channel. You see all the pair feeds available to you when you land on the page. Just go ahead, open up one of those feeds in a second tab, and you'll be able to watch your favorite player of that game and then just keep following along. As it's a pretty easy lane movement this morning. They're going to skip 2 lanes and land on the 3rd. So the bowlers you saw there in 7 and 8, they'll move to 13 and 14 in Game 2, 19 and 20 in Game 3, 25 and 26 in Game 4, and then 31 and 32 in Game 5. So the bowlers are going to be making their way across the entire house here in Howell Lanes. And let's introduce you to your players on lanes 9 through 12. Luke Italia, your bowler A. Taylor Bernier, your bowler B. Rocco Marinich, your bowler C. And Michael Fogarty, your bowler D. 9 and 10, all these players are in the U18 division on this feed. Aiden Mack, your bowler A. Ryan Lang, your bowler B. Previous champion in this event in the U15 boys, Kai Struthers, your bowler C. And Angelo Galafaro, your bowler D, rounding out your lineup on 11 and 12. Once again, we are sold out all weekend long. Over 200 entries in this event. After yesterday, your leader in the U18 boys was Taylor Bernier with a 1085 5-game total. Lorenzo Sekrum fired a 1068. Jaden Eng 1029. Paul Lampe 1020. Ryan Lang 1017. So something tells me at that 1029 by Jaden Eng, the pattern seems to be playing a little tougher than in previous years. And the cut scores may be a little bit lower as we roll through. In the U18 girls, which we'll get to as we get near the end of introductions here, Audrey Harding, your leader at a 994, so just under 200 average for Harding. As we get to your players here on 13 through 16. William Cunningham III, your bowler A. Jaden Eng, your bowler B. Lucas Files, your bowler C. Lorenzo Sekrum, your bowler D on 13 and 14. On 15 16, Eddie Margarucci, Michael Rodriguez, Cyril de Guzman, and Gabriel Solomon, your A through D, respectively, on 15 and 16. Action fast and furious this morning as players only need one lane courtesy in this event. So Eddie Margarucci with a hot start this morning on the front four will stick for his shot in the fifth. And we'll move on and introduce you to a few more players as our squad rolls on this morning. And there's a front five. We'll give you a radio update over the next couple of frames as Margarucci keeps working towards perfection. Here's your players in 17 to 20. Luke Jovans, Robert Intrabartololo. Let's try it again. Robert Intrabartololo. Cameron Bennett, Jacob Quinones, your bowlers on 17 and 18, A through D. Jason Bennett, Andrew Kong, Donovan Klein, Jacob Stango, your bowlers on 19 and 20. We're going to take you back over here as Margarucci wasting no time getting up in the sixth frame, looking for his sixth strike in a row, which he does not get. No trip on the 4. And no chances at perfection this morning here in game 1. I'm sure some bowlers will be making a roll at it in future games. We had almost a 300 last night during the Baker Trio's sweeper. As a team with Anna Anthony and Mel Sim, both previous champions in the U15 division in this event, girls and boys divisions respectively, put together a bunch and had the front 9 for a pocket 6-pin for their teammate. Had things go to the wayside. Let's take you over 21 to 24. Jared Files, Christopher Cherboni, Ryan Tarcio, William West, your bowlers A through D on 21 and 22. Tyler Anderson, Brent Bates, Odin Peters. Peters, the former champion in the U12 division in this event. And Shane Rizzo, your players on 23 and 24, A through D. Hey, great cover there by Peters on that 3-6-7 combo. All these players, except for Peters and Rizzo, in the U15 boys division. Your leader yesterday, Tyler Anderson, blistering pace. He actually has the high set of the event so far at an 11-13 5-game total. So we should see Anderson in tomorrow's bracket match play rounds beginning at 9 a.m. Eastern time. Peters and Rizzo, your C and D on 23 and 24. They're in your U12 mixed division. And your leader in that division from yesterday is Josiah Martin, with a qualifying total of 761. Mehdi Mira not too far behind. He had a qualifying total of 754. Not too shabby for U12 on these tough tournament conditions. When they're averaging above 150, nothing wrong with that at all. As young players learn, keep continuing to grow in more ways than one, not just the arsenals in their game, tools to try to beat these patterns up, but also in height as well as they go along. Let's get you over some of our ladies here. On 25 through 28, Alyssa Randisi, Ellie Wagner, Taryn Murphy, Nora Rowe, A through D on 25 and 26. Madison Lesher, Caitlin Zhang, and Brooke Andreessen. Your players on 27 and 28, A through D. All your players in 25 and 26 in the U15 girls. No bowlers yesterday in the U15 division, so we have no leaders as of yet. Whoever sets the pace in this squad will have a good chance to make the match play bracket tomorrow. 27 and 28. Along with our final bowlers you'll see on 29 through 32. Those are your players that are all in the U18 girls. And in that division yesterday, we mentioned Harding set the pace, 994. Brooke Andreessen next at 892. I don't think that 890 would make it. It would be close with the scoring pace. Andreessen had some issues yesterday with knocking some single pins down on occasion. And she knows that spare game's going to have to be better today to really keep her in contention. There you go. Just keeping that scoreboard clean through the first 7 frames this morning. And we'll take you to your last set of bowlers momentarily on 29 through 32. And all these ladies on 29 through 32 are going to be in your U18 girls division. On 29 and 30, former champion in the U15 girls division, Tricia Desai. Carmen Youngs, Mia Liederman, Jacob Neubauer. Well, how did we sneak a young man in there at Neubauer? Hold on one second. So it's not all 18 U girls there. Neubauer's your bowler D on lane 30. So Desai, Youngs, Liederman, Neubauer on 29 and 30. Morgan Sheldon, Kiana Macapinak, Morgan Winchell, and Camille Forrester, your bowlers on 31 and 32. All in the U18 girls. All right, so once again, you'll be able to follow your favorite player all the way through their qualifying block. They're going to skip 2 pairs and land on the third. So the players you see here on 29 and 30, they're going to go down to 9 and 10. The 31 and 32 will go to 11 and 12. So your player movement, game 2 coming up next. We'll give you some highlights of some big scores from game 1. And we'll focus on some of those players as we roll along here. 26th annual Parker Bohn III Scholarship Tournament. This is the 2025 edition from Howell Lanes in Howell, New Jersey. I'm $2 Phil Brylow, taking you through the entire event, all the way through the crowning of 5 division champions tomorrow afternoon, when those championship rounds are held inside of Rev Rates here at Howell Lanes. All right, thought we'd have some activity for you there on 7 and 8 already, but a little slow getting down from the high end, making that big turn. So here's your players that started the day. 29 through 32. There you see Jacob Neubauer, the lone male on this pair. He's in the 18 and under boys division. Trishna Desai is your A. On 9 and 10 for your score, and Carmen Young's your B. Mia Liederman, your C. We mentioned Neubauer, he's your D. Morgan Sheldon, your bowler A on 11 and 12. Kiana Macapiniak, your bowler B. Morgan Winchell, your bowler C. Camille Forrester, your bowler D. Rounding up your lineup on 11 and 12. For these young ladies started here in the U18 girls division. Your high game, opening game in that division for the ladies was a 212 by Brooke Andreessen. Andreessen will be taking the lanes on 7 and 8 momentarily. Just one other player over 200, Caitlin Zhang. Caitlin also on that same pair. We'll move over there after they are underway. So once again, if you want to follow your favorite player, hopefully a friend or family member sent you the lanes that your player is bowling on this morning. Are you waving at me? Hey, hi, Brooke. Hey, you're leading the squad after game one. We'll get over here to Brooke Andreessen. She's right in front of our booth. So, as we mentioned yesterday, second in the U18 girls standings, but not with a score that I don't think would make it. But with that 2-12 start, I think if her spare game stays on point today, I think she'll have no problem making it into tomorrow's match rounds. Brooke finished second last year to Abigail Starkey. in the U18 girls, so she's looking to move up one more spot this year. We also mentioned that Caitlin Zeng on this pair, the only player over 200 in game one. Well, that was right at 200. Rounding out your lineup at 7 and 8. Madison Lesher, your bowler A. Caitlin Zen's your bowler B. And then Zeng, your C. Andreessen, your D. That's a good morning already for Caitlin Zen's, because without even throwing a bowling ball this morning, she was already awarded a $300 scholarship thanks to her friends at the Bowl for Life Scholarship Foundation. Chuck and Deb Gardner, all the work they do, and all their great sponsors that help award scholarship money to our young players. We're not even throwing a bowling ball, just enjoying the sport of bowling. They have some great essay contests that bowlers can enter as well to earn scholarship money. And just show your love of the sport as a young player. And even though that's not the frame Zen's wanted, she's already $300 richer this morning in her scholarship fund, thanks to Bowl for Life Scholarship Foundation, Chuck and Deb Gardner. Chuck, thanks for the nice text yesterday, nice Facebook message as well. Glad to hear things are turning the corner down in the Carolinas today. We'll stick here with another shot for Andreessen, and then we will go find our U18 boys leader after game one, see where they're sitting at. As that looks like that's going to be a 258 by William Cunningham III. So if my calculations are correct, we should have Cunningham III as your bowler A on 19 and 20. Cunningham bowling with Jaden Eng, your bowler B, Lucas Files, your bowler C, and there you see Lorenzo Sukram, your bowler D. Next door, it's Aiden Mack, your A, Ryan Lang, your B, Kai Struthers, your C, and Angelo Galafaro, your D. Struthers, a slow start, 180, Galafaro, 165, Lang, 170, Mack, 188. We mentioned the 258 of Cunningham. Lucas Files on his pair at 246. Jaden Eng, 190, Lorenzo Sukram, 189. But in a 5-game block, all you have to do is get through your first game sometimes, wait, see how this 42-foot tournament pattern starts to break down. And then make your moves, make sure the right piece of equipment's in your hand, and start making that move up the leaderboard. All right. What are we saying? We haven't said much about you, Brooke, other than you picked up the spare game today, which is good. I know yesterday there were some spare issues.
You don't have to talk about it.
So, no, but when you waved at me, I just had to make sure it was me. So, is this your last year you can bowl this event? Are you 18 or are you going to be 18? Okay, so where are you going to go to college? Don't know yet?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to visit Arkansas and Nebraska.
Okay. That's not a couple of bad schools to go to. So, go. I'd say go Huskers, but I don't want Shannon to get mad at me. So, just got to kind of balance things out, you know? You mean Sydney Bohn hasn't tried to talk you to go to Vanderbilt at all? Oh. We have to have a talk with Sydney. I mean, that's a great school, too. There's a lot. I mean, you can't go wrong with every college. What do you want to take for your major, then?
I'm excited.
See, you know why adults ask that question? Because we don't know what we want to do yet when we've already reached this age, and we want some more ideas to change careers. So just remember, I have a bachelor's in business, I have a master's degree in organizational development, and all I do for a living is talk about bowling and set up cameras everywhere. So, I mean, do what you want to do in college, do something you enjoy, but take the curves in life. Let it take you somewhere fun. That's a good thing, too. I mean, a lot of these kids are deciding about college. Some won't. I mean, honestly, some won't go. Some will go to a tech school. Some will go to a trade school. And that's a nice thing, too, now with the scholarship money. With changing that around is that youth players, if they go to a trade school or they go to they want a technical college for their career, they have no problem using that scholarship money. To phrase Judge Smales in Caddyshack, the world needs ditch diggers too, except if you're a ditch digger and then you're a plumber after that, you can get yourself a nice six-figure salary. So, there's great work in the trades. I know quite a few young players in Wisconsin, where I'm from, that ended up not taking the traditional college route and went to a technical college, and they're very happy with what they're doing now, raising families and such. I mean, I first started doing youth events on TV in Wisconsin in 2007, so it's been almost 20 years. We started doing TV on a local cable channel, and now we have TV back in Wisconsin with the Brew City Bowling Show. We'll start again in October. Don't do much in the way of youth bowling events anymore since the pandemic. There's quite a few tournament organizations in my area that handle that for the players, but I still help out with a couple events like the Junior Hall of Fame Tournament's a great event in southeastern Wisconsin. Last year that event had E.J. Tackett, Chris Barnes, Linda Barnes, Nate Purchase all bowling with some youth players along with other great local Hall of Famers in southeastern Wisconsin. It's a great event for the kids to learn a bit about the history of the game locally, and I'm sure with Parker here at the PBIII, all these young players know who Parker is, with a professional career that spanned 40 years. And right here next to lanes 7 and 8. They just put it up this week, and it's pretty cool. I'm going to try to get a camera shot here. We'll stick with Andreessen for one more shot, but I'm going to see if I can get a shot here. It's kind of at an angle because it's way up above me. Paralyzed 5. There's one you see every day. Is it wrong to do this to a youth player? Is it wrong? Yeah. Sorry, Brooke. Here's a great, they put this up. Johnny Petraglia's done a lot of bowling here over the years. Parker Bohn. Great pictures and jerseys of Parker and Johnny as well. Above the lockers right here next to lane 7. And it's great to see that, they recognize the history of their bowlers here at Howell Lane. And Matt Russo is part of the group as well. Matt did a lot of his youth bowling here before becoming a PBA professional. And there's a nice mural in the bar area of the 3 players with Matt Russo, Johnny Petraglia, and Parker Bohn III Well, nobody making a run for perfection here. Kalen Zhang, as we mentioned, Zhang started with a deuce on the head and now looking to max out at 210 this game. And it's always great. I mean, I love seeing a full house of youth bowlers. Lots of scholarship money on the line this weekend. 1 in 4 overall cashing ratio in all divisions. And that'll be for most of our divisions except the U18 boys. That 1 in 4 ratio will be the advancing into our match play bracket tomorrow. It's a double elimination bracket for our U18 boys. The top 16 will advance, and then in a 1 in 4 entry ratio below that, it'll be scholarship payments out in that 1 in 4 ratio. Let's get back up as our game 1 leader with Cunningham struggling a bit. Lucas Files, your bowler C, struggling as well. So both those players going to be lucky to get into 2 teens. Well, 2-0 range, to be honest. 2-teen possible for Cunningham. They can make the save on this game. It'll do them quite well towards their advancement possibilities. Now we'll move down to 13 and 14 momentarily, as we've got a young player that has a chance for 279 getting into the 9th frame. I believe it's Colin Zenz. Yeah, it's going to be Colin Zenz. Going for 279. Let's get down there right now. There you see Jaden Kanto. I want to make an argument about that jersey. He's got all that cheese on it, but he's got a State of New York logo on it. I'm sorry, Wisconsin has the best cheese. There's no argument about that. Hands down. Hohenscheid having a solid game as well, our elimination winner from last night. Hohenscheid opened up today 243. Looking to get to 254 here in game 2. Nice toss in the foundation frame by Hohenscheid. Colin Zen started 201, but then again, he put that 279 on the board. If he can punch everything in the 9th and 10th. And hey, look again, another 5-pin. So once again, your player movement this morning, players are skipping 2 pairs landing in the 3rd, so the players you see on 13 and 14 going to make their way down to 19 and 20. 15 and 16 is going to go to 21 and 22. Get you some more scoring updates. We'll follow some hot hands here in the Strike Central feed. Otherwise, enjoy your favorite player, as we have all pairs in play all weekend long covered on the Bohn Legacy YouTube channel. You can also go to bohnlegacy.com and get your scoring updates after each round is complete. on the PB3 tournament page link right at the top of the BohnLegacy.com website. We'll see you back here for Game 3 momentarily. All right, we're underway with some players in our U18 boys division. We're just getting fired up on 25 and 26. So Cunningham, Eng, Files, Sukram, your players on 25 and 6, A through D respectively. Margarucci, Rodriguez, De Guzman, and Solomon, your A through D respectively on 27 and 28. We're going to check in on our U12 mixed players in a frame or two. See where they're at this morning. We'll get you some score updates as well as we're getting all those Game 2 scores punched in. And Peters and Rizzo are two players in the U12 mixed right now, and they're pacing along right about what I think they'll need to get into tomorrow's match play bracket. We'll have a bracket of 4 most likely. In that U12 mixed. Now, it might actually be 3 with a bye. Looking at the entry numbers here for the U12 mixed. We'll have to see how that plays out. Of course, some players reserve spots on all squads. They appear from in advance, but if they put up a score early in the day that they know is going to get them into the match play round tomorrow, they may simply withdraw, take the refund, and let somebody on the waiting list get in the field. So, yeah, we'll have to wait until everybody gets done bowling today before we know if it's going to be 3 or 4 advancing into that U12 mixed bracket. Some buys will come into play in all of our divisions except for our U18 boys. Yeah, if you put up a score that's good enough to qualify U18 boys, doesn't matter if you're first or 16th. If you know you're in, take the refund, get some rest. It's a long day tomorrow, especially if you're knocked out round 1 in that double elimination bracket. It's 2-game total pin matches that these players will be rolling tomorrow. And that loser's bracket, you can get yourself a dozen games in for making the championship match, and then you have to win twice with it being double elimination. You'd have to beat the top seed 2 times. So yeah, it can be a real long day. Any rest you can get today as a bowler before tomorrow's match play is going to be good for you. There you see Rizzo. Stepping up, Peters, Rizzo, and Randisi are your bowlers in the U12 mixed on this squad. Randisi having a great round. We'll check in with him in a bit as he's down towards the middle of the house currently. Randisi 224 in game 2, has him at a 381 total. 80 pins up on Peters, 100 pins up on Rizzo. But once again, once we get to tomorrow match play bracket, it might get you into the bracket, but no guarantee of helping you win match play just by being that higher seed in the case of Randisi. Let's check in on Randisi as the open frame there for Rizzo. You see Randisi 2-8-10. And back-to-back opens to start this game for a defending U12 champion. All right, so Randisi stopped the bleeding with a strike. Let's see if he can get himself a double here, get one of those marks back he was missing out on early on in this game. These younger kids get a chance to wheel it on this 42-foot pattern, create some entry angle that'll overcome some of the ball weight that they're lacking at their young age. A lot of these young players shooting 12 or 13-pound equipment. And you're going to get a little more deflection, obviously, with that lighter weight. Peters is going to max at 166 this game. We're going to get a spare there for Rizzo. Yes, we are. And Rizzo fouled, unfortunately, so he's going to have a max in the 130s. For U15 girls, Pretty tight competition for our top three. Taryn Murphy, Nora Rowe, and Alyssa Randisi, all less than a mark apart. Here on 11 and 12. So whoever is the high qualifier off the squad for the U15 girls will be your event leader to this point. And that one really wheeled up for Rowe. And she's looking at back-to-back opens. If you're near Hall Lanes or you're coming in later today, if you're a young bowler watching in your room with your parents, whether you're at home or at a local hotel, hit the ATM before you get here because there are some great gift auction baskets and a couple of silent auctions as well. And a lot of the items not related to the sport of bowling, including a oversized beach towel, sunglasses, tumbler, blue striped towel, and a hat. PBA bowling towel with a couple of PBA tumblers, a PBA cap, and a PBA luggage tag. Adjustable height and swivel laptop stand with a $25 Amazon gift card. All kinds of donations made by individuals and families for that gift basket raffle. Get your tickets in the tournament office. And we do have two items up for a silent auction available to bid on. Even if you're not here, give Howell Lanes a call. Or if you know somebody in the Bohn family, send them an email or a text because you can bid on a Brandon Bohn Pan Am Bowling Youth Championships autographed jersey. All the gold Brandon took back from that event earlier this year. And there's also a Parker Bohn the third 25th anniversary tournament autographed jersey, autographed by Parker. I have my 25th anniversary jersey on from last year, but no autograph, unfortunately. Maybe I should get that done before I leave. Nah. Don't want a 2-2 out there. We want a 1-1 for the winner of that auction. So your player movement, once again, players are going to be skipping two pairs, landing on the third. So the players you see here on 9 and 10 are going to go to 15 and 16, 11 and 12. We'll go to 17 and 18. Yeah, we still have quite a few players. We'll drop that. Up next graphic for now, still quite a few players in the middle part of their game. I don't see any. Looking for some big strike strings out there for many of our players. Who do we got? Let's go back up to 27 and 28. As we got a player going for a 236 game. It's Eddie Maraguchi. Maraguchi 214, 181 for his start, so looking to get a few pins back into the plus. We'll have a little better idea what that cut number might be. What players might want to be shooting for. You can always estimate, if we're going to be 3 squads in, that's going to be about half the bowlers completed bowling in all of our divisions. So if we take the number 8 spot for our U18 boys, that should give us a pretty rough estimate of where that cut number might be. As the messenger pin comes back in front of that 9 pin from Maraguchi. Check back in on our U15 girls. Trying to dethrone, well, there's no need to dethrone Anna Anthony, aged out of that U15 division, last year's champion. Anthony will be taking in the lanes in the U18 girls. We'll see her first today on the 12:30 squad. And a quality cover there by Ella Wagner. Ella Wagner last year, she was in the U12 mixed division. Finished in second place to Nolan Randisi. Took him to the second game, the second match. After Randisi led the winners bracket. Wagner gave him a fight, ended up taking home second place scholarship money, and there you see Wagner just can't get that 7 to go. I wonder if we're going to see a two-handed U15 girl this weekend. Yet to see one. More and more of the young ladies switching the two-handed style like Anna Anthony. We'll see at 12:30. Really able to generate that power. Then again, you look at a young player like Brooke Andreessen, and who can generate ball speed and rev rate like a two-hander, kind of like EJ Tackett. That big wrist snap at the bottom of the swing we watched Brooke a little earlier. Brooke leading our U18 girls on the squad with a 439 total after 2 games. She keeps pacing at that, and she'll pass Audrey Harding for the lead in the U18 girls. Harding averaging just under 200 yesterday for her 5-game block. Murphy gets that one to come up a little late. Starting at the 2-4-10, you can see some frustration setting in for some of these young players. Oh, there we go with the two-hander. I knew we'd see a two-hander today. Just forgot it was on this pair for the U15 girls. With Alyssa Randisi. Ah, nice. Couple of winners in the 50-50 raffle, 100 for first, 35 for second. So nice $135 are going to the scholarship fund for these young players. There's also a couple of bowling ball raffles on this squad. I'm sure they'll have a couple more on the remaining squads as well. And once again, every single penny from those gift basket raffles, from the silent auctions, the 50-50 raffles, from the bowling ball raffles, all that money goes right into this year's scholarship prize fund.
Check those green tickets. We have a winning number of 455. Green tickets.
So once again, these young ladies on 11 and 12 are going to move over to 17 and 18 after this game. We're past the halfway point on the squad. Just 2 games remaining for these young players. See if they can put up a total good enough to advance to tomorrow's double elimination match play brackets in their 5 respective divisions. And we'll be bringing you all 5 championship finals tomorrow from Rev Rates here inside of Howell Lanes, as we will crown 5 new champions of the Parker Bohn III Scholarship Tournament. All right, underway with game 4. Got some young ladies we haven't seen in a bit. On 21-22, we have Trishna Desai, former champion in the U15 division, bowling in the U18 girls. Your bowler A, Carmen Youngs. Your bowler B, Mia Liederman. Your bowler C, Jacob Neubauer, bowling in the U18 boys. Your bowler D, next door, all in the U18 girls division. Morgan Sheldon. Your bowler A, Kiana Macapiniak. Your bowler B, Morgan Winchell. Your bowler C, Camille Forrester. Your bowler D. Sheldon, I think, dizzied the 310 into submission there with that pattern on her bowling ball. Desai, 536 for her first 3. Youngs, 551. Liederman, 548. Some struggles for Neubauer. Neubauer started at 144. He's bounced back 209, 224 to get to 577. Sheldon, Macapiniak, Winchell, and Forrester all having some struggles so far to this point. Macapiniak leading that foursome with a 520 start for her first 3 games in the U18 girls. Brooke Anderson gave a few pins back with a 191 in the U18 girls. She's still leading, though, with a 630 total for 3 games. Only young lady over 600 for the first 3. At 551 of Carmen Youngs. Pretty close. 559 for Caitlin Zhang, the same pair as Andreessen. In second currently on the squad. Needs to pick up the pace just a hair if she wants to make that U18 girls bracket cut. That's probably looking like a 12-girl bracket. Tomorrow there'll be some first-round buys in that event. How about a bounce? How about a lucky break? Oh, not going to happen, unfortunately, this time for Camille Forrester. So let's take a rundown on your leaders here. We'll go with the U18 boys first. Ian Hohenscheid, last night's Eliminator winner. 726. We'll check in on Hohenscheid momentarily. As he's going to be over on 25 and 26 as he's getting ready to step. Hohenscheid, 726. Next in line, William Cunningham the third, 695. Cameron Bennett, 676. And a bit of a drop back. Eddie Margarucci, 620. Jason Bennett, 617. Jaden Eng, 608. Lucas Files, 600. So this pattern definitely playing a little tougher than last year's pattern, as scores just aren't getting up there as high for players. Save for some players like we saw for Tyler Anderson yesterday. He set the pace, 11-13 in the U15 boys. No other U18 boys even got close to that number. I've been waiting all weekend for this. This man doesn't stop moving. That's the problem. He's got the tournament. He's got people talking with him. I've seen you working with young players between rounds in the tournament. Parker Bohn III, the namesake of this tournament, joining us in the booth. 20. Does it feel like 26 years now of this event?
It sure doesn't, Phil. It's hard for me to believe that way.
I'm going to adjust your mic. Here we go. I'm going to adjust your microphone a little bit.
I guess you could say I'm getting a little old.
I think we are. Oh, we all are a bit. You just got back from a fun trip to South Dakota. I saw some of the finals on the internet, and it was kind of neat to see Jacob Buttroff, who you bowled in the finals of this special event in South Dakota, say, I finally got the chance to bowl my idol for a title.
Yeah,
and you got him. You snuck him out. You snuck the kid out.
That was pretty funny, the way that everything unfolds out there. A great event that they run out there by Beck, the company and corporation, part of the Bowlers Network there. Mm-hmm. Getting things underway, which is going to be a really, really cool thing when it does get all set up.
Yeah, I know.
Bowlersnetwork.com is what it's going to be, but
okay.
It's really unifying and bringing all bowlers together to look for competitions, tournament competition, kids, youth, men, ladies, scratch tournament, handicap tournament, everywhere around the country. It's going to be a really, real neat thing when it's all up and running.
Yeah, I know on Facebook he does a lot of posting under JMAR Entertainment. I can't remember the gentleman's name unfortunately right now. But
Jay Fettig.
Jay Fettig, thank you. And, yeah, they've been doing a lot, South Dakota, North Dakota, and they're starting to expand their little world out to more and more states. So
yeah, it's really coming together. And it's like everything else, you have to grow it small. And once they grow it and get it on board and off and running, it's going to take off. I really believe that.
So that's what we need. We need more local type events that are broadcasted on local TV. I know he has a couple affiliates out there that broadcast on local TV. I'm in Milwaukee with local TV. I know up in Western New York, there's Beat the Champs presented by Storm that came back.
Yep.
That ran last year, and they're starting their second season. So, and they're on the MSG network, so they have some nice coverage with MSG being all throughout the Northeast on cable and satellite networks. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it's nice to see that kind of turnaround coming back with seeing the sport more and more on TV, where you don't have to dig through internet archives and such to find some fun bowling.
You're right, but our network here, you provide everything for our network here, so I can't thank you from the bottom of my heart enough for what you do and allowing all these youth bowlers and their families to tune in and watch us basically around the world.
Yeah.
I mean, that part of it's cool.
I mean, I know one of the parents over there said they had a brother of theirs, an uncle of a parent, watching from California this morning. Would have never been able to watch their nephew bowl.
No chance.
And they're able to watch him bowl on the Bohn Legacy YouTube channel. And boy, what your family has done with that Bohn Legacy channel is just amazing. I mean, I know Justin kind of steers the ship on that, spearheads it, but there's been some great interview pieces that have been on there, some great things they've done. I love the 100-pin challenge that they did, like the Nintendo Wii bowling. If you haven't seen that piece yet on the Bohn Legacy channel, take the time between squats today to watch it, because it is just absolutely spectacular to see.
They had this idea that they wanted to do, and well, obviously, we have all the old bowling pins at our house.
Yeah.
And they go, Dad, we want to do this. And I looked at them, I go, well, I guess you got the driveway. It's flat enough. Go make it happen. And, well, we had some fun with it. So
yeah.
It was really cool.
Yeah, it's really neat. So just all the aspects you get to see of the Bohn family on the lanes, a little bit off the lanes as well. And what's up now for you after this event's done? I mean, I know Leslie will start planning for next year already, let's be honest.
She will be working on that for next year, but I got to be honest, we have a big local Monmouth County golf fundraiser. It's actually to raise money for the county youth bowlers.
Okay.
So that will work out really good that we do. We have probably somewhere between 18 and 20 foursomes at one of our local county golf courses. That's really nice and maintained very, very well, might I ask. Okay. Or might I mention?
There is some great golfing around here. I've seen some of the golf, like you look at Golf Digest and they say like the top public courses. There's like a half dozen of them within an hour drive of here.
Yeah, we've got some we got pretty good weather all year round. I mean, obviously we get snow and whatnot, but the fact that we get enough sunshine, we get enough rain, and things can be well maintained. They don't get dried up or burnt up, and they don't get saturated too much where, well, when things get waterlogged, they're not right. But you know, we're not here for golf right now. We're gonna talk bowling, and I think that it's outstanding. The youth, the parents that show up to support our event, you know, we can try to build it, but at the end of the day, it's the moms and dads, the aunts and uncles, the competitors themselves, the boys and girls that really sign up and make it what it is. And like I said, you know, in the beginning here, you coming on board and putting this out there and branching out to everyone. I watch every morning. You put all these cameras up here, so every lane, folks, you can watch any lane at any given time. So we've got a couple of new sponsors on this year. Dynamic, obviously, is one of our big sponsors that we have down there. Kegel Training's back as well. Laurel Harbor.
There Marina. We see the sign there over lanes 9 and 10.
Yes.
So
they've came on board, which is really special to have them. Obviously, Hal Lane's Buddy's Pro Shop, Bowl for Life, incredible what Chuck and Deborah Gardner do for us there. And you know, I don't want to say us, what they do for the youth bowling around the country.
Right.
The amount of money that they give away and everything that they bring in, that's probably the most important thing, folks. Everything that Bowl for Life brings in, 100% goes right back out. And too many times you hear of a big company, a nonprofit, they bring in money, and then they go, yeah, well, they've got 10% or 20% or 37% administration fees. Chuck and Deborah don't do that.
Nope.
They've got jobs behind the scenes that they take care of. And the Gardner family takes care of all of this money that goes out. So thank God for what they do for the sport of bowling and the amount of money that they've given away through the years to youth bowling.
It's 6 figures a year recently. I remember just before the pandemic, it was, we want to give away, the goal was $50K. And then next year, Chuck said, let's double it, make it 100, and they got there. And the sponsors stepped up. If you go to bowlforlife.com, you can see the list of all the sponsors they have there that make this happen. And they've given away 6 figures a year for quite a few years now, thanks to the sponsors that they work with. And it's the industry working together. You have Brunswick, you have Storm Youth Championships, you have Strike Against Breast Cancer Mixed Doubles that help as well. They do things at their event that goes right to Bowl for Life. It's amazing how the industry comes together and meshes
100%
to make that happen.
Absolutely. And you know, it's funny you mentioned Storm Youth Championship, which we will get back to that in just a second. But we got Manchester Accounting Services. Obviously, they take care of everything that goes on behind the scenes when it comes to your accounting needs and the people that they maintain. But then we have IM Bowling. IM Bowling, very, very well known throughout the bowling world. And it's not just here in America, folks. It's all around the world. So what Ken and Kathy Keegan do and their great staff behind that, we can't thank them enough for being on board and being a part of everything that we're doing. And like you said a second ago, Storm Youth Championships, predominantly our sponsor, the overall sponsor for all these years is Brunswick Corporation. From my heart, it's not just the people at the top that run the company. It all gets trickled down to everybody else who maintain and take care of the bowling world.
Yeah.
And I say the bowling world because it is an entire bowling world, folks, when you look at everything that goes on. But the fact that Brunswick has been our main sponsor through all these years and Storm Youth Championships comes on board, they know that a lot of these youth bowlers participate in at least one of their events throughout the year. And you're looking at two of the biggest bowling companies that we have out there, Storm and Brunswick together. Here we are in the same facility.
Yep, working together to make it better for the youth players so they stay involved and interested in the sport. And to get back for Bowl for Life, that's another thing. You're involved and interested with the sport with Bowl for Life, but you don't have to have bowling achievements to receive that scholarship money. This morning, $600 given away. 2 names out of a hat. Here we go.
Just by signing up.
Yeah. They have essay contests several times a year. Write an essay in. You have a great essay, you're going to win some scholarship money. I've even seen once in a while Chuck and Deb going, hey, we feel like we're going to give away $5,000 tonight. Tune in on our live stream. They're sitting in front of the fire at home, and hey, let's pick some names out of a hat. And just for being involved in the sport. It's not ability-based. It's have the love for the sport, have the passion for the sport. Not everybody's going to be a 230 average bowler in their life. Not everybody's going to have a career like PBIII. But when you can enjoy the sport for a lifetime, start them young and let them keep enjoying it all the way through. And Bowl for Life really helps for that.
It really is really cool. And even when you say that, I know that we have a lot of people that come through our Bones Elite training that we have down here, literally on the other side of the wall, which everybody will be able to tune in tomorrow because all the finals for all the different divisions will take place in there, the final 2 bowlers. But you'd be surprised how many people come through our facility throughout the last year on every single different level.
Yeah.
Boys, girls, one-handed, two-handed. The person that's in literally the beginner to the most advanced bowler in the world that wants to try to come down and work on their game. They can work on it by themselves. They can work on it with one of our coaches that we have. But we're here to try to allow bowlers to get better at any given level. And you know, when we got Kegel Training Center down there at the other end, you know, sometimes people say, well, what about Kegel? What about what we have? I'm going to tell you right now, and I'm not afraid to say it over the internet. Kegel Training Center is one of the most premier places to go to in our sport of bowling.
Absolutely.
If you really want to learn, their wealth of knowledge behind the scenes, what they know and what they can teach you, is far superior than Bones Elite Training.
Yeah.
But for the people that live here on the Northeast, or those people that are coming in from around the country, that are coming here locally to see a friend or family or relative, they want to come down here and learn for an hour or two, by all means, our door is wide open and we'll take care of them.
And there's some similar tools that you have that the Kegel Training Center developed.
Yes.
They're out for the public with Specto, so you can see exactly what your ball speed, your rev rate, what boards you hit, the front of the lane, back of the lane, where you're in the pocket is a great tool as well. And even something as simple as Kegel Torch. Here's your target down lane. You can see your pattern line thanks to that torch. Play the ball down the line, and you hit that little thing on the bottom. It changes the torch color. There you go. Simple tool.
They designed all that.
Yeah.
So, you know, fortunately for some of the things that they've come up with, it's allowed our training center to be another level higher than what we would have been normally.
Yeah.
And, you know, the last thing that I'm going to mention, Phil, and I'm sure you've already talked about it, the banner's up on the top row.
Yep.
All of last year's champions. Every one of these youth bowlers out here is striving to win.
This shot, we see all 5 of them in the same shot here.
Yep. When you look across there, starting with Nolan Randisi all the way over here to the left, and then you look Anna Anthony, Donovan Klein,
Abigail Starkey,
and Jake Boxley. Now Abigail and Jake are not here this year. Jake has turned adult. Abigail, she has other prior commitments, by all means. But when you look, every one of these youth bowlers, they want nothing more than to have their name or their picture up there in highlights.
Yeah.
And to me, that's really cool. When the event's over, we've already told the couple that are bowling here right now, when the event's over, tomorrow, that banner is theirs. They keep it for life.
Yeah, you get to see how mom and dad are going to hang it in the bedroom at home for them.
That's not my problem.
That's right. That's right. It's It'll fit on a normal wall. It's only 3.5 feet by about 8 feet, so
Yeah.
it'll fit on a
Big
good
piece
size
of
wall.
wallpaper.
Right, there you go. But it's a great piece of wallpaper to always be proud of
Yeah.
for these young players as they keep proceeding. You might see Anna Anthony in our U18 girls finals this year. Donovan Klein, I believe, is now in the U18 boys as well. So we'll get a couple of new champions at the U18 level. Nolan Randisi, no one's ever defended at the U12 mixed title. He's going to have a chance. He started off pretty hot this morning, too. So we're going to get some things changed around on our laptops here. Let everybody know it's Game 5. Parker,
Thanks,
man,
Phil.
I enjoy
Appreciate
this.
it.
I get to see some great talent I normally wouldn't have ever been able to see bowling, and then you get this. Now I get to know these kids. When they go to a junior gold and I see the standings part, I'm like, oh, I remember how they bowled. I remember what they did. That was my first look at Anna Anthony, and now look, last year Anna U18 girls champion, the junior gold on TV. It was great to know her before she got there.
It's great watching them grow up. It's great watching them not only become young bowlers, but great adults.
Yeah.
And through the years, and I'll say it bluntly, this is our 26th anniversary. Some of the people that I've seen now, they've not only grown, become really good bowlers, and some of them have gone in a different direction, but when the paths cross 10 years down the road, it's really, really cool to watch.
Yeah, and especially you see kids coming back and saying hi to friends that they had. Alex Horton, the latest PBIII champion, back here helping out with the ball demos this weekend.
Yep.
So, yeah, it's great to see the kids that graduate from this program come back and give back as well. So, thanks, Parker. We're going to get to Game 5, everybody.
Phil. Thank you.
We'll talk to Parker and the family a little later today. All right, we should be having some game four scores rolling in quickly. On your U18 boys, William Cunningham slows down a little bit, throws 201. In game 4 to get to 896. He's still trying to chase down Ian Hohenscheid. We had Hohenscheid on for most of that game while we were talking with Parker Bohn III. Hohenscheid 220. Gets Hohenscheid at 946. So if he throws another 200 game or better, he'll be your U18 leader with 2 squads remaining. On the young ladies' side, Brooke Andreessen keeps chugging along, keeping the opens to a minimum. 196 in game 4 for Andreessen to have her at 826. Well in the lead in that category for our U18 girls. U15 girls, Alyssa Randisi at 718. Your leader in that division, but Taryn Murphy and Nora Rowe both staying close in the standings. U15 boys, Ryan Tarson trying to chase down a great start again by Tyler Anderson. Anderson, 884. I thought he had a big enough total yesterday. I mean, he averaged over 220. That was the #1 qualifying last year in U15 boys. I would have thought he would have taken the day off. Nope, he wants to keep bowling. Anderson at 884, and then in our U12 mixed, your defending champion, Nolan Randisi, with a pretty healthy advantage, almost 100 pins over both Odin Peters and Shane Rizzo with this final game remaining. There will be a reapplication of this 42-foot tournament pattern prior to the start of our 12:30 squad, and again prior to the start of the 4 p.m. squad. 4 p.m. squad is going to be a little more full than usual. They because they have extra time to have the lanes this evening, they actually expanded that squad to 5 bowlers on a pair. So that squad will probably run till 7:15, 7:30 or so tonight. But it gives a few more bowlers opportunities to try to make it in their respective match play bracket for tomorrow. So as these players are finishing up, you're going to see a lot of these faces once again on the 12:30 squad. Maybe somebody actually convince a couple players that, like, hey, you got a big enough score. Save the cash. You don't need to do it again. I mean, if you're Tyler Anderson, the numbers Anderson's been putting up, I think it's not like you can keep other bowlers from getting in because they only take your highest score. So it's not like you get spots 2, 3, and 4. If you have the highest 4 scores. Also, again, thanks to the gentle. No wonder why. That's right. I forgot about that. Got the gentle reminder that if you have scores, if you bowl multiple times and you have scores that would have qualified you in a match play bracket on repetitive attempts, they'll drop your other attempts out of the bracket number, and then you'll finish like first or second spot out of the bracket. Because that's right, last year, a couple players in the U18 boys with Cephas Beatty the third and Maxwell Benoit actually cashed a couple of times thanks to their extra qualifying efforts. So another reason why these young players keep going, you get another shot at earning some scholarship money. If you have a score good enough that would have made a match play cut again. Unique facet of this tournament I'm not used to. I gotta remember that. I'll have to make myself my annual note. So as our players finish up, you'll be able to get your updated tournament standings at bohnlegacy.com, B-O-H-N legacy.com. And when you land on that page, you'll see the 2025 tournament link. Click on that and again, then go to 2025 results. They'll have them updated shortly after the squad's completed. This will end the audio portion of your broadcast. We're going to get ourselves a little break here, get ourselves some refreshment and a little something to snack on. Hopefully you do the same. We'll be back in just about an hour after the lanes are redressed with the tournament pattern, and our bowlers on that 12:30 squad will take to the lanes to try to get their chance to make it to tomorrow's double elimination match play bracket. For all the tournament staff here at the PBIII, I'm $2 Phil Brylow. Hey, parents, take the kids bowling, because not only can they get themselves some great scholarship money, they can also have fun for life. We'll see you back here in about an hour.
I know. Shot 195 actually. Now they're our high game for Baker Trio. My high game today was 204. My high game yesterday was so good. Yeah, my high game get him up 9. Get him up 8. When it was 6. Now time to go to another one,
Weston shot that shot, so he's
I'm
got a
rooting
chance.
for him.
He's got a chance for another 25 seconds. That's like eliminated. Last night.
Ready for him to step on the top.
I'm not sure.
It's definitely not low. It's not like that.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't know. I don't know how they end up connecting.
Not for a scholarship. I think she's asking about like a side.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's something that's a good Chris Martin. That's a good Parker question. He's probably a bad Chris County. That's why they're responsible. They made enough money off of him doing his taxes. Watch her even like
That's true. They're like adults now.
yeah, one of the things I get from a lot of pros is when you get like Chris Martin tells everybody started out appreciation in your car, getting mileage when you drive everywhere.
Yeah, you were right off.
Right, so yeah, so you go
Those business.
even when you go adult, you start an LLC, the whole lot of not just the whole kid, college, the whole something to get yeah, so I hear Chris, even the kids in the field start an LLC. How many regions you go in here? You go 5 or 6 regions, start an LLC. You could be a goalie consultant while you're bowling, and then you can start a bowling business about that. Right. Everything you have to start thinking about that. Some of us are 51, we're still doing this when we're almost 60 now. So, well, I
I know it's so much more.
get better at scrimmage. Jenna and they both doubles last year, and they got lucky paired up. So here's that trios team. They didn't win the tournament, but so they get paired up with like one ball. Chris Myers, Linda Myers, and
I think that was rigged though.
yeah, that was, well, of course it's shot for yeah, but that's the other tournament I can watch on. Which reminds me, actually, I have to post a picture. They don't talk about it. I gotta get posted. Every kid gets a t-shirt when they enter. It's tournament too, so they got, some of these kids have like dozens of t-shirts. But they can start going to handicap. Kids are like 6 years old. So they get the t-shirts every year. So, that's what I'm
Aren't you missing a six roster?
I don't know what happened to this year's stuff there. So,
I only got the logo.
yesterday I was pretty calm.
Free advertising.
Right. Yesterday I had the 24 logo. So, well, good luck today.
Leave you to it. Thank you. I'll catch you later.
We're going the last 2 weeks.
Yeah. Hopefully. Gotta save that energy.
I'm sure there's buys. That's the thing is that there's going to be buys that probably doesn't go. So,
Very true.
why not buy? Get out of there first round. So, something to think about. So,
Have a good one.
thanks, you too. See you later.
Have fun.
I always do. Always do. Well, it was shifted, and then I fixed it, and then after I fixed it, it's still, I mean, it's a hair, it's not bad. But then somebody set the fan down, I got a network switch down there, somebody set the fan down there, like right near the switch, and pulled the cable up, and everything down on that end, all of a sudden looking here, everything down here freezes up, and like, so I'm looking at the laptop, it's like it's running on the laptop, so I'm not seeing it here. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, so I reset 2930, and then like, okay, that thing fixed, so I got on the switch, and I looked at it, the cable was out that much. So it's like, oh, great, somebody set the fan down, I wasn't paying attention. And screwed up the entire high half of the house. Hey, good morning. How's it going? Good. Well, good. After a panic moment, somebody said they got a switch down in like 17 and 18, and somebody must have set the fan down or something. They set it on the cables, pulled the cable out, actually knocked the whole half of that house down. I was panicking.
Wait, I'm surfacing my.
It's just it's an accident. You know, it's like somebody setting it on a cable, which means I got to check the connection on the cable after we're done today. It shouldn't just go off if somebody's setting a fan on top of it. That's the problem. So, but cables wear those connections. I mean, those cables wear out just like anything else. Yeah. You can't do Wi-Fi. You can line of sight as soon as people start sitting.